experts say it helps to treat mealtimes as social occasions, focus on the conversation, not on who's eating what, but on who's eating what, whatever that means.
Hi, Tracy.
Yeah.
I'm Leslie Davis. Nice to meet you.
Leslie.
Welcome to TV5.
Thanks. This is my husband, Brent.
Hi, Brent. Welcome to TV5. I'm so glad you guys could come in. Thanks.
Tracy brought Brent along not only for moral support, but also, she says, because he's more familiar with how to get to TV5. So now that they've made it, let the tour begin.
And this is the control room. Come on in, I'll show you around here. This is an area that a lot of viewers never know about. And basically what it is, we have the director who sits there, the producer, and the person who actually takes the cameras. They push a button when they say, like, take camera 2, take camera 1. The audio person sits here, and Kyle over there, she types in, she'll type in your name and everything for you on the computer, and all kind of neat little stuff.
It comes across the bottom of the screen.
Exactly, exactly. So did you ever...
This is where the magic takes place, in the close quarters of the editing suite.
The left side, the left monitor, is the player side, which is the raw video, which they shoot out in the field, and then they record it on the right-hand side monitor.
This is really interesting, though.
Now, Tracy and Brent, I want you to meet our producer of Take 5, the person who puts this show together. This is Jill Wellington.
Finally, we meet you. I talked to you several times.
Is it different from what you expected?
Yeah, a little.
Yeah. Well,
but I'm really excited.
That's all she's been talking about.
Great. Well, you have fun with this.
Thanks, I will.
Dick Fabian, the man of ad-lib, and Tracy's sidekick for the half hour. During their brief meeting, they found that they both at one time lived in Charlotte, Michigan. So they became quick friends.
God, we're neighbors all day. Oh, that's what I'm glad to you.
Now this is where you're going to be sitting on Friday. This is the Take 5 set. This is where Dick Fabian's. It looks much different.
It looks bigger on TV.
The tour also gave Tracy the opportunity to rehearse for her big day. The teleprompter, which Tracy will use in addition to her script, will allow her to read right off the camera.
The investigation found one of GM's own.
Now, the most interesting thing is when you talk to Mike Hoffman.
When you see Dick and Tracy talking to Mike for a weather update, all they really see is this green screen. Ah, the magic of television.
Have you already planned your wardrobe and that kind of thing? Are you already
no, I had enough trouble getting something ready to wear today.
I think you're going to do great, and I wish you lots of luck.
Thanks. It was nice meeting you.
You too.
I'm Leslie Davis for Take 5. You can usually find Bruce Crudup and Mike Bauer in the kitchen cooking up delicious dishes for Zender's restaurant. But today they're playing in the snow. Or should I say, sculpting in the snow.
As a chef, we're creative, and this part of our artistic part here we do ice sculpting times, so we feel we can do snow as easy as ice, so that's why we got involved.
With about 1,200 pounds of snow, the Zender sculpting team is creating a Carosaurus. It's a dinosaur on wheels. And how appropriate, a mobile monster at the Aldo Bright used car lot. Do you like doing this?
Yeah, just a little kid, still playing out in the snow yet. Never grew up, I guess.
Bruce and Mike say there's no real trick to snow sculpting. They claim you just have to be patient and creative. But the real concern is keeping warm.
But number one is the jackets that we wear. It's kind of thermal there, I would say, you know. Then once we get that gym, gets floor in there, you're excited. You see your piece come to the way you want it to work out. You're pretty excited about it. So it's kind of keep the gym and floor, and it really doesn't get really cold that way.
Mike and Bruce have been doing this for about 2 years, and this is their third piece that they've carved. Last year, they won a People's Choice Award at the Zender Snowfest when they carved a wintered wizard. And you're probably wondering what tools this duo uses to shape and mold this creation.
Whatever we can get our hands on, we're chefs, so we use knives, pots, pans, whatever.
Bruce says they will spend a total of 24 hours creating this Carosaurus. Unfortunately, we couldn't wait around, so you'll just have to check it out for yourself. You can find the Carosaurus on the corner of North Michigan and State Streets in Saginaw.
97 Richards Main.
It's cold.
There are never too many cooks in this kitchen, or these 10 kitchens, to be more exact. This is where Better Homes and Gardens test all those great recipes you see in its magazine. 10,000 dishes were prepared last year alone.
These kitchens are all equipped with the same kind of equipment that you'd have at home.
Except, of course, someone else does all the grocery shopping. 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, Jan Ross hits the local supermarkets. The bill to stock the test kitchens can run as high as $120,000 a year.
Here's a fact that'll whet your appetite. Better Homes and Gardens has the oldest media company test kitchen in the United States. And once the recipes are tested, they appear in Better Homes and Gardens magazine and book products, as well as publications by outside clients.
The kitchens are staffed with home economists who whip up the dishes, then share them with food editors, who then decide if they'll make the cut.
Tell you what it's going to look like, what it's going to feel like. We give you how-to photos. All you have to do is follow the recipe, and you should have success.
Frank Anderson came rolling into his Galabash in a 1913 Argo, built right here in Saginaw. The Roadster hasn't logged as many miles as Anderson, though, who made his fortune pouring cement. In addition to business success, he has been a long-time philanthropist.
It's been a pleasure to do it, and many people have enjoyed themselves from these things that we have contributed to them.
Among his generous contributions, the Anderson Water Park, the former Court Street Bridge, now known as the Anderson Bridge, and his newest endeavor, the Saginaw Enrichment Center. Paul Wendler, a close friend of 40 years, says Anderson is also responsible for putting a lot of students through college.
Very intelligent, very hard-working person. He dedicates his life to work. He's a great environmentalist and conservationist.
And speaking of hard work, Anderson gets up and drives himself to work every day. So what's the secret to his 104 years of living?
Go to bed at night, eat good food, and work.
Happy birthday, dear Frank. Happy birthday to you.
With his 320 guests looking on, he blew out, or should I say waved out, all of his candles, each flickering light representing the brightness he has brought to the community. In Saginaw, Leslie Davis, News 5 Wake Up. 13-year-old Javon Johnson of Flint is enjoying his 5th summer at Camp Cavell, and he says it's certainly not his last.
It's a nice experience to be up here, just to get away from your family.
And Javon is not alone. Nestled in a wooded area along Lake Huron, this Lexington camp offers a place for children with muscular dystrophy to enjoy summer camp like other youngsters.
It seems like the wheelchair doesn't exist to us here. We have a very good attitude. The attitudes here are very positive, and we dwell on what they can do, not what they can't do.
For 1 week each summer, kids with MD come from all over the state to let loose, laugh, and make new friends.
It's in your hair and everything.
It's almost better than Christmas for them. I think it's the 1 week out of the year that they are with people their own ages.
MD is a neuromuscular disease that affects all the skeletal muscles. It's a progressive disease, so as time goes on, these kids will lose more and more of their mobility. But with the help of volunteers, one for each camper, these kids are not about to let this disease get in the way of having fun.
I think you were the guy who got me with a water balloon last year.
No, it wasn't me.
I remember you.
It wasn't me.
Yeah.
Javon says it's hard, though, because people tend to treat him differently because of his condition. But he claims a wheelchair doesn't change the person inside.
I feel like I'm a nice person, fun to be around.
The MDA, as well as your contributions, are responsible for putting smiles on these young faces.
Thank you. We appreciate your money coming in to support our camps.